What's up? Welcome to Quaranzines broadcast 2. I really should have had like a noisemaker to be like, ooh. But anyways, welcome. Thank you for joining me. Okay. So, how are we doing tonight? I know it's like the week after reading week, so we're probably like doing midterms and ramping up to start essays. But if you've joined me, thank you. I mean, we're gonna do some like creative stuff. We're gonna make some spooky zines. It's gonna be awesome. I hope you're all ready. I hope you guys have your scissors or X-Acto knife. Remember last time I was like, X-Acto knives? We love that. And then your writing utensils. I'm the spaceman tonight. Ooh. Guys, like my glasses, you know, because my eye bags are crazy. So I had to, you know, hide them, but with style. Stressed, but well dressed. Okay. Okay, so. Ooh, I gotta get paper. Oops, one sec. Okay, one thing I'm gonna try to do this broadcast, for the spooky theme, I'm gonna try, instead of saying hey guys, I'm gonna say ghouls. So if I trip up, call me out, but I'm gonna try it. Okay, ghouls? Okay. So, hopefully you saw our last broadcast. If you didn't, it's alright. I'm gonna show you how to make a one-page zine again, but this time we're gonna have more time to actually design it. So, I guess we can start. Hopefully you have your paper at home, you have all your utensils. I have my cutouts. My cutouts, they're more about spooky season than Halloween, so most of my cutouts are like things that I really like to listen to and like to watch during October. So, but I'm really excited to see what you guys come up with. So please, if you guys like make a super cool zine at the end, if you guys could like tag the Continuist and then use the tag continue zines. Don't worry, I'll show my zine at the end so you guys will know what to do. And hopefully if you ghouls are following along, we can share your zine and we can see how awesome it looks, because I know it will look awesome. Okay, so we're gonna start. Okay, so if you got your piece of paper, we're gonna make the one-page zine today. Okay, so if you guys remember, I said okay, if you ghouls remember from last time. Okay, our piece of paper, we're gonna do the first fold, okay? First fold, like that. Okay, remember everyone? Make sure when you're folding, you take good care with your folds. Oh yeah, one thing I did to really up my zines are, I mean, if you like doing arts and crafts in general, you probably know to do this, but I opted for shiny and like glittery paper, and I did this all beforehand, but usually if you want to like design some backgrounds, maybe you don't want to draw the backgrounds, you can always get like at the dollar store some like nice paper. This is like shiny and sparkly, so I wanted it to be like shiny and sparkly for my zine. And one thing that's great about that is that when you scan it, if you're not feeling like too confident about it looking like the physical zine, about it not looking too put together, you can always scan it. And usually, to be honest, I love the way scanned zines look, so totally fine. We always have options when it comes to zines. Okay, where are we? Okay, so remember, first fold, okay? Okay, guys. Ghouls, wow, okay, I'm gonna Good thing I didn't set up a jar. So, okay, so once we've done our first fold, we're gonna do the second fold. Here we go. Okay. Okay. So you ghouls see that? So it's like we did last time. It's like you're gonna end up with a cross. So fold once, fold twice, and then the third one is pretty much just the same way. You go like that, and then you're gonna have your little book, well, the start of your little booklet here. Like that. And like I said, take care with your folds. Make sure they're like really folded down, because you're gonna be doing a lot of like figuring out how you want your pages to fold. Okay. So when we're done that, like I said before, what I usually like to do is like I fold it all around again, just so the folds are really pronounced. Like that. And by the way, if any of you have any questions, I'm here to answer them for you. No problem. Learning is a slow but rewarding process, and we are advocates for learning here at the Continuist. Any skill level, you can do anything creative. You just gotta start somewhere. Okay, so we have our folds. Okay, and okay, so I have my pad and my X-Acto knife here, and so like I said before in the first broadcast, you ghouls are gonna leave the sides alone, and we're only gonna cut a slit in the middle where this middle fold is. Okay, so I'm gonna do that now, and then I'll show you. Okay, simple like that. And then once you have your cut, then you're only gonna have the middle there. And then after we make that cut, oh yeah, one thing that I forgot to show you, since I was so like obsessed with the X-Acto knife, I didn't show you how to cut the zine easily with a pair of scissors. And usually if you want to do that, you'd fold it this way. And then an easy way to do that is just cutting like that to not the end, but near the middle. Okay, so we have our cut. Okay, and then remember what we do next, guys? Ghouls. We gotta fold it like we did the first time around. Then we're gonna open it this way. Okay, we following along. Fold it that way. Flatten the folds of it again, and then we're gonna make our booklet. I know, so I should have showed you last time. That was my mistake. It was just I was like in the whole moment of like first broadcast, and there was a bit of like, so I wasn't thinking that straight. Sorry, y'all, but but that's how you do it with scissors. Sorry. Hopefully you know now. But okay, so moving on. So when we have this, then like I said before, sometimes when you initially like fold it into a booklet, it's gonna look a little wonky sometimes, like you can see there. So usually what I do is I just like keep folding it around and around to see how well it folds. And I think it folds best for me, I think this way. Yeah, let's go with this way. Okay. That's good. We love to hear crises averted. Okay, and then we have our booklet. So in these one-page zines, you usually have 6 pages, including a cover and a back page. And one thing that I suggested last time was an easy thing that I usually like to do since, like I said before, since the pages get sort of wonky if you fold them a certain way and you want to get that perfect fold, is that you should, with a pencil, mark like the cover page and then maybe the numbers of the page. I suggest pencil since it's easy to erase when you want to start putting stuff in. So I'm gonna do that. Ooh, I also thought of a way, because I know some of us perfectionists out there may not be like too cool with just free flowing with the zine making, and that's fine. Everything at your own pace, like I said. And back page. But like I said, okay, so I don't know if you ghouls are like me, but I have, for some reason, so many, what are we called? Oh my gosh, my brain's blanking out. See, that's what remote school does, guys. Cue cards! Okay, they're cue cards, sorry. So if you're like me and you have a bunch of cue cards, or you have access to buy some, one thing that I figured out was really helpful is I planned the zine that way, and then I like split my zine up in the cue card so that I could plan out what I wanted to put in my pages. Like, for example, for my page here, I decided what cutouts I wanted first, and then I figured out what I wanted to do. Okay, where's that? Okay. Sifting through cutout. Oh, got it. Okay, so for example, like I knew I wanted this to be on my cover, and I was like, what would be an awesome cover? So then I planned out to do a point perspective background. So I highly suggest, if you want to plan your zine beforehand and you have your cutouts, I highly suggest if you use cue cards, like this is a great way to plan it out. And I think it's like pretty cool to keep with you because you can see your process going along. But yeah, okay, so that's how I planned for this one. And okay, so I guess we can start decorating. Okay. So I don't know if you ghouls want to like answer, but are there any specific things that you're gonna put in your zine? Me, like I said at the beginning, these are things that I like to watch and listen to during October because all of these things have spooky vibes. But so yeah, so we got our full zine here. I marked the pages of like where the cover was gonna be, where the back was gonna be, and I know I saved the cover for last time, but since I know what I want to do, I'm gonna do that first. So, should I use a ruler? I don't know. Should I use a ruler or should I do freeform? Thank you. I love this costume too. Thanks, Value Village. Oh, is that an endorsement? Sorry. Not sure about that stuff. But, okay. You know what? I'm going to do freeform. Because what if I didn't have a ruler? Gotta consider these things. Okay, I'm gonna... But yeah, tell me what you ghouls are including in your... Actually, I should have used a ruler. Okay. Tell me what you ghouls are putting in your zines. I love Halloween. Kind of sucks that obviously we can't have like meeting with our friends or like going downtown unless you live downtown. But I loved Halloween. It's just the vibe, you know. Like, how many other months in the year are things this spooky? Not a lot. So we love being spooky, but not too spooky. I don't know, I guess there's different degrees of spooky on Halloween, because, you know, there's some people who like to watch, like, really scary movies, but then there's also people who like to watch, like, the Shrek Halloween special, which is fine. I'm not shading anyone who likes Shrek specials. But you know what? That's what's beautiful about holidays like Halloween. There's so many different kinds of spooky you can partake in. Coraline, always the classic. We love Coraline. I haven't watched it in so long. I should. That animation was so good. And that one song that her dad sings, making up a song about Coraline. Man, he really popped on that one. Ooh, okay, my background looks pretty good. Okay, I should... Oh, okay, Rebecca, I wasn't calling you out, but I'm just saying I love celebrating all different types of Halloween celebrating. Okay. I mean, another great thing about October is that I was discussing this with Rebecca before, and I said I don't know if you ghouls saw the last broadcast, but I went pretty off on B-movie because there were some people provoking me with that. And I went off on a rant. But one thing that I can respect B-movie for is that they knew when to stop. They came out with that one movie, and you know what? I think B-movie was like pretty. It wasn't like popular, because now it's like meme, like popular. But they knew when to stop. There's no B-movie Christmas specials. There's no B-movie Halloween, and that's the way God intended it. So I respect them for that. They knew when to stop, and they really shouldn't have started, but... Okay. I'm not getting into that. This is officially a no B-movie zone. This is officially spooky territory. Ooh, okay, this looks good. Okay. Live-action remake of... That's ridiculous. First of all, that would be a waste of money. Enough of that. We should put the money towards, like homelessness. They need it more than children need B-movie. Ooh, okay. So for those of you who just joined us, I was suggesting beforehand, if you want to plan your zine beforehand, then you can get little cue cards. And what I did this time around is that I planned my zine, and then I had all my cutouts ready, and then I, designed what each page I wanted to look like. It is not going to look like this in the end, but it's always good to plan, especially if, yes, Quaranzines is back! Thank you for joining us. We love Quaranzines. But yeah, so that's the cover that I planned. I wanted like a point perspective background this time, and I think it looks pretty good. By the way, this is Cesare. He's from the movie The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, and that's a spooky movie. That's a good October movie. It's a silent film, so a bit old, but it's a classic. I don't know, like, it's a bit weird because Cesare, he kind of like steals a woman, and obviously in this era that wouldn't fly, but I don't know. It was sort of like Frankenstein. He didn't really know what he was doing. Not that I'm justifying that, but okay, yeah, I like this cover. Okay, so my next page. Ooh, okay, I had this. I really wanted a full page background. Okay, and one thing that I was saying when I was did I even say this before? Sorry if I didn't. But when you're printing out your cutouts, one thing that I admit is that sometimes it's like pretty hard to determine how big something will be before you put it on your zine. So like for this one, I printed it out a bit too big, so I had to cut it down a bit. But that's why I'm promoting once again the X-Acto knife and the pad. You can get this at Dollarama. It's $4 plus tax. I love the X-Acto knife. So I mean, it's like I said before, it's mostly for cutting straight lines. So, you know, it was super easy peasy. I had the zine in front of me. I could see how big a page was, and all I had to do was, like, do the cuts. So, okay, so this, I really wanted a full page cutout. Because for me, preference-wise, I don't know. I like keeping, like, after the cover, I like keeping the first page not having content on it, if that makes sense. You know how, like, in regular magazines, I don't know, it just feels weird, like, putting something right on the first page. So I opted to put this full page image. This image is from a cult classic called Phantom of the Paradise. I love that movie. It's, like, obviously a rendition of, like, Phantom of the Opera, but it's, like, it came out in the 70s, and it was, like, a rock opera. Ooh! It's a good movie. I highly recommend. I know a lot of people compare it to, like, Rocky Horror Picture. This movie came before Rocky Horror Picture, and to be honest, I don't think there's much of a debate, because it's not that the same. I mean, you can definitely see some similarities, but I think they're both great in their own right. Okay, so another thing that I mentioned when making zines last time is that you don't have to make your zine as a booklet. The great thing about one-page zines is that you can work with a flat surface and you can see your entire layout like that. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do because I have a lot of flat pages since I opted for using these glitter backgrounds this time around. Because I think glitter and Halloween go so well together. Okay, so I'm gonna print this. Any other movies or music you ghouls like to listen to during October to get in the spooky mood? I listen to a lot of... There's surprisingly a lot of, like, spooky... Not spooky, but, like, eerie sounding folk music. So I like listening to that. But also, obviously, there's goth music. So, like, Bauhaus. But from my understanding, there's a lot of debate amongst goths about what goth music is. I'm not too sure. I only like look at it from a distance. But it's a pretty interesting debate because sometimes people are like, ooh, is this goth rock? And then they're like, no, it's cold wave. And then it's like, okay, I guess I can look into that, but interesting culture wars. Okay. All right. Love it! Okay, we got my cover, and I already got my first page. And oh my gosh, look at how it's coming together, ghouls! Ooh. I hope you are all making a zine along with me, and like I said, I'd love to see that. So, like, I mean, you don't have to be done right after the broadcast. I'm probably not gonna be done either, but... Ooh, any spooky song recs? Obviously, Monster Mash. Well, we already know Monster Mash. Like, that song goes off. We love Monster Mash. Okay, well, if you're interested in my zine, I'm gonna put, like I remember, guys? Okay. Maybe that wasn't a great goal to set. But remember last time I said one thing I love about these one-page zines is that you can perfectly fit these little Spotify codes so that whoever gets your zine, they can literally just take their phone and hopefully if they have the Spotify app, they can just scan things. And then they're gonna get, like, directed directly to the song. So highly recommend using Spotify codes, but also using QR codes. That's something I'm gonna use this time around. QR codes, like the future. We love modern technology, everyone. It ups the zine game by like 10. That's great, Sarah. I love these zines too. Like, they're so easy to make, and then once you're done, like, I just love compiling zines, and I love making them. So therapeutic. Ooh, okay. What did I want to do for my next page? I think I wanted to use a blue background. Okay, sorry everyone, I cheated. I'm gonna draw another background, but I really wanted to use these sparkly pages this time because sparkles look bomb during spooky season, so I'm using them. Oh yeah, and I forgot, like I said before, for those of you who are perfectionists, and that's totally fine, I have those tendencies too. If you're not super married to like gluing things, because I know gluing things can be annoying, especially, you know, when you don't want to like place down your stickers because you're afraid that you won't want your sticker there in the end. Double-sided tape, we found last broadcast, is a great solution to that. Thanks, Maddie. I love my fit too. Ooh, yes, Rebecca. Use those QR codes. Highly recommend QR codes, everyone. Okay, I'm just gluing down. I'm making my second page. Man, I can hear my mom in the other room. She loves talking on the phone. As soon as she gets home, she's on the phone. She has like a million friends. Do you ever have those moments when your parents are like, so I was talking to like Aunt Mary and you're like, I don't know who that is. And then your mom is like, what do you mean you don't know who that is? And I'm like, do I know all your friends? You have a lot of friends, woman. Yeah, it's always a mystery. It's always a guessing game. Yes, we love self-love here. Okay, so I think my first page, look at me, I didn't plan it, so I guess we're gonna have to go with the flow. Okay, I think I wanted, no, not this one. Ooh, okay, yeah, I think since one of my focuses was gonna be the Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, again, highly recommend, it's a classic. I think that's what I was gonna do because I have a QR code for it. You can watch it for free on YouTube. But I mean, if you want my zine so you can like use the QR code, email the Continuist and then I'll send it to you. I honestly will. And honestly, if you ghouls want to send me your zines, honestly, it's like 100% fine to literally just scan it and send it to the Continuist. Like, just do that. If you're feeling that and you're like, you know what, I'm really proud of my zine and I want more people to see it, I will take it, I will hop onto the Continuous email, I will take your zine and I will show it to everyone because I'm proud of you for doing that. And you're amazing. And any opportunity I have to hype you up, I will. All right. Oh my gosh, we were talking about spooky song Rex. Sorry about that. Oh yeah, now I remember why. Because I couldn't think of any. Okay, I guess they're like, if you want to listen to, I guess, Bauhaus, their song Dark Entries is like pretty dark. Well, obviously it has dark in it, but that song's pretty good. It's very spooky. Why does this seem so scattered? This is what my brain looks like all week. Scatter brain. Okay, I have no... Okay, we lost. That's fine. That's why when you're being creative, if you're lost, just move on. And even if you realize... See, if you have double-sided tape, if you realize what you wanted to do after... I mean, okay, it's been pretty annoying having to, like, lift up and down tape. But, I mean, if that's how you want to do it, that's fine. Okay. This page is gonna lead people directly to the movie, The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, on YouTube. So there, we're starting out pretty fine so far. I think I'll just move on to the next page, because I think I know what I want to do. Ooh, yes! Okay. Ooh, I can't wait for my zine to come out. Like, I'm actually excited about the zine. Okay. So my next page, we're going back to Phantom of the Paradise, because I love that movie. I'm gonna use a gold background, because the guy that I'm focusing on this page is awesome. Okay, there was this really cool thing at the dollar store where it was like gold pages, but it's sticker form. Not sure exactly what the product's called, but they definitely sell this at Dollarama. You can like get sheets of gold glittery paper, and you can just take it off like a sticker and then place it on your page. Oh. Okay, one thing that kind of frustrated me last night when I was cutting these out is that I didn't really... actually, it looks pretty fine, but sometimes when you're cutting, like, for example, external pages to glue into your zine, sometimes it's a little hard to determine, like, what to cut page-wise. So some of my pages have, like, white in the middles, but sometimes you definitely gotta consider since it's gonna fold. So don't make it, like, too exact to the page, because also it's gonna, like, be folded in. But also, you can just, like, color it in. That's fine, too. Yeah. Okay. So this page... Okay, if you want song recs, I got an album for you. Phantom of the Paradise. It's a rock opera. Now, ooh, I even have the Spotify code for it. This is a really good album. I love this movie. And there's this one character. Okay, so basically the plot of Phantom of the Paradise, there's this guy named Winslow, and he's like this really cool like pianist, and he wrote this whole like, I think it was not a musical, not really an opera, I think maybe an opera, but it was based on Faust. And you know, Faust is the story about that, I think, German guy who sells his soul to the devil. So then he made this rock opera based on Faust. But then this record producer guy steals his music, and then he like frames Winslow for murder or something. He frames him for some kind of crime. So then he goes to jail. Poor guy. And then he becomes disfigured by... I mean, if you ever watch the movie, I'll let you watch it yourself. But he gets disfigured in some way. And then Winslow makes it his life goal, because the record producer guy wants to open this place called The Paradise, which is basically a place like an opera hall, but for rock operas. Like, that sounds awesome. But yeah, he was obviously a greedy, like, rude man. So then he stole Winslow's music, framed him for a crime he didn't commit, stole his music, and they were gonna use his music to open the Paradise, the rock opera place. But then Winslow survived, so he made it his life goal to make sure that the Paradise just perished. Which, if I went through all of that, I don't blame him. Yeah, it's very intense. But it's a good movie, like a really good soundtrack. So, if you want some spooky tunes, I highly recommend the Phantom of the Paradise soundtrack, I guess, since it's a movie. Pretty good movie. Okay, but as I was talking, there's a character called Beef, because, you know, like rock stars, they have to have weird names. So they named this guy Beef, and he's an awesome character. I think he's the character that a lot of people would be like, hey, this is sort of like Rocky Horror Picture, but it's not. He doesn't cross-dress or anything. He's a bit flamboyant, but definitely not in the same realm. But yeah, so we have beef, and then they have him open at the Paradise, because obviously they need a super cool rock star. And technically I can't spoil, but I don't know, I like his character. His character's funny. I need a Eunice Reacts to Movies YouTube series. You guys really want to see more of me? I mean, I guess I could. If that's what the audience wants. Dude, what printer do you have? Because those cutouts look so good. I have an HP printer. I'm not sure what the model is, but it's an HP. Oh, okay, I got it. An HP OfficeJet Pro 9015. So, I don't know, yeah, it's been pretty good to me. It's a pretty good printer, so I highly recommend. What was I doing? Oh, okay. And I have a QR code here of Beef's performance, and it goes off until something happens. I can't say what, because you'd have to watch the movie to find out. Ooh. But it's on YouTube. But I love that movie. Ooh, the songs are such a bop. And I'm gonna add the QR code here so that whoever gets my zine can watch that scene themselves. Because it goes off. It's pretty crazy. Honestly, I think if something like the Paradise existed in real life, it would have really been... Okay, one thing I'm noticing, everyone, and you know, it's fine when we're doing crafts and we notice things along the way. It's pretty hard to stick glue on the glitter backgrounds. Not these glitter backgrounds, these are fine, but like the glitter backgrounds that have like that you stick on, it's pretty hard. So just a heads up, whoever was thinking of getting those. But that's why I'm here, to tell you the trials and errors of zine making so that you avoid all that conflict. Okay, what are all y'all saying? Yup, HP should fund me. I just dropped their name. So, HP. Okay. So we have that. I didn't plan any, like, words. I figured I'd do that after. I wasn't feeling that inspired. All I knew is that I love this guy, and I wanted him to have a gold background, and then him rocking out there. So I will think of that later. So we're gonna move on to the next page. What was my next page? Ooh, okay, we're still on Phantom of the Opera, because I mean Phantom of the Paradise, because of course, like I said, I love that movie. This character, okay, one aspect of the movie that I left out is that Winslow, since the record producer guy was looking for, obviously, you have to have a cool rock star, but you also have to have a chanteuse. I don't think I said that right. Oh my gosh. You have to have a beautiful woman singing too. This is Jessica Harper. I don't know if there are any like horror fan aficionados there, but she was in Suspiria, the original Suspiria, and I know that's a classic horror film. So that's her, and she was also in Phantom of the Paradise here. She has a nice voice. Her voice was so nice. But yeah, Winslow, when he went to go confront the record guy first, then he was holding auditions for beautiful women to perform at the Paradise. And then Winslow saw her. I think her name was Phoenix in the movie. And then obviously he was like, oh my gosh, she's so beautiful. Can you please? And then he realized that the women were singing his songs. And he was like, oh, that's weird. They're singing my songs. I mean, that's pretty cool. They're singing my songs. So that means the record producer guy probably wants to work with me. He just hasn't contacted me, right? So then, so he met Phoenix in line, and then he got her to sing his song. And obviously, it was, like, beautiful. So then he falls in love, obviously, because we always need a love story in these classic stories. But then, obviously, since they were trying to, like, come for my boy Winslow, they chose her because she has such a nice voice and she's really pretty. But then Winslow, that's the night that he got kicked out and, like, arrested for crimes. And then, so when he decided that he would like seek vengeance, then he was like, nobody can sing my music except for Phoenix. Only she can sing my music. So she was good. She was never gonna get ambushed, but you know, I mean, like, that's what happens in the OG Phantom of the Opera, right? Like, he falls in love with a woman, and then he does everything to protect her, but he also wants to, like, range vengeance on everyone who's wronged him. So, yeah, her character, beautiful voice. Her eyebrows were very poppin'. Like, they hypnotized me as I was watching it. And I thought she'd look good behind a pink sparkly background. Like a queen. Like that. Okay. And then this was the page I was gonna put. The Phantom of the Paradise Spotify code. So that whoever gets my zine, you can listen to the Phantom of the Paradise soundtrack. Do you ghouls have any song recs? What do you ghouls like to listen to in October to get in the mood? Ooh, okay, we making good time. Look at this, guys. Ghouls. Ooh, okay, I have a question. If we weren't in a pandemic, what would you ghouls be dressing up as for Halloween? This year, I was really obsessed with Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. I mentioned it last time. That was the movie that I watched over and over again for 3 months straight. But I was obsessed with that movie. So then obviously I was obsessed with Hunter S. Thompson. So I was gonna be Hunter S. Thompson this Halloween. But yeah, I don't think I'm having a Halloween this year. Unfortunately, that's fine. Okay, what's my next page? Ooh, my next 2 pages are gonna focus on music. Okay. I didn't really plan these pages. I just printed a bunch of things and I was gonna free form it. But yeah. So what were you ghouls gonna dress up as? I mean, you still could dress up in the comfort of your own home. Maybe I will do that. But I'll probably have to work on an essay or something. The sad reality of a university kid. Actually, no. Technically, a university kid would, like, drop their work and then party. That's what I do. I'm running out of glue. But luckily, I always have glue sticks because I love doing crafts. And usually you can get a pack of glue sticks at the dollar store. Not an issue. Oop. I really should have used tape. This is a bit messy, y'all. Okay. Not too shabby. Gonna miss trick-or-treating with the kids. Me. I still trick-or-treat. I take advantage of my young looks. And last year and the year before that, I trick-or-treated Because you know what? What other holiday do you get free stuff? I don't think you can say that for Christmas, because technically you have to buy stuff for people, so you're still losing money in the process. But Halloween, you get, if you look young enough, you get free candy. Okay. Ooh. Oh. I didn't make a background for this. Okay, I'm gonna have to draw a background then. Ooh, we're gonna draw a background, everyone. But first, I don't know, I keep thinking about my back, so I'm gonna do my back first since I didn't plan my last 2 pages. Okay. Oops. It all comes full circle. Yes. Man, I can't wait to scan this. Sometimes Sparkle doesn't show up in scan, but I don't know. No, I've used stickers and it still looked pretty cool. Okay, so for my back page, that's where I was gonna put my QR code for my October playlist. I'm still curating it, I admit. But I mean, hopefully, maybe if I share this, it'll be done by then. It'll have all the songs. I'll go through my whole library and pick out the spookiest October-esque songs. And I'll put them all in one playlist. And this is the Spotify code for that. And once again, it's Cesare because, I don't know, his look is so iconic. Like, that is, okay, well, I don't know how much, well, definitely in the horror genre, iconic. And for goths, iconic. They love eyeliner and looking pale. Which is fine. They make it work. Ooh, yes. Okay. So we have most of my zine. There's my cover. And then we got the first page. Phantom of... Oh yeah, that's Winslow. I should have specified. That's Winslow. Since his face is deformed, he got this cool helmet thing. So if this movie was a bit more popular, that would be iconic. Ooh, fun fact. For some reason, when Phantom of the Paradise came out, since obviously it's a cult classic, it's not like too well known across the globe. Like obviously at the height of like Rocky Horror, which is fine. But yeah, apparently it got so popular in Winnipeg. So then, like around Halloween time, if you go to Winnipeg and like you mention Phantom of the Paradise, there's gonna be theaters there playing it. People there like go crazy for Phantom of the Paradise. So yeah, Winnipeg. That was interesting. Thank you. Oh yeah, sorry, okay. So that's Winslow. He's very distraught, obviously. He was disfigured. Some record guy stole his very beautiful music. Tragic. Okay, and then the second page, we got the Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. And then we use QR codes, y'all. So this one will direct you to a YouTube video, and it like you're gonna get the full movie. So you'll be able to see the full Cabinet of Dr. Caligari there. Then we have the next page with my boy Beef, Phantom of the Paradise. I guess this isn't even an October zine. This is just a Phantom of the Paradise zine. But that's fine because this is my zine. It's what I'm interested in. And I hope you ghouls at home, as you're making your zines, you're personalizing it for you. Okay? So yeah, we got our boy Beef, the QR code to his like awesome performance. Then we got Phoenix, Jessica Harper. with the awesome pink background and the Phantom of the Paradise Spotify code because that soundtrack goes off. Okay, and my final 2 pages. I said I was gonna do music, but now I have to draw a background because I didn't plan for that. Okay, I'm gonna ask you ghouls, what kind of background should I draw for my last 2 pages? Oh yeah, once again, if you ghouls have any questions for me, I will try to answer them to the best of my ability. Oh, okay, now I remember what cutout I wanted for... Okay, so there's this... I was gonna use this cutout. It's a Spotify code of this song, and it shares the same title as the movie because the band was, like, influenced by that movie. So this song... Yeah, it goes with the whole Cabinet of Dr. Caligari thing. So I was gonna put that there. See? Even if you don't remember what you wanted to do, I'm sure it'll come to you eventually, and then you can just do it. No shame in forgetting. Our brains all get fritzed sometimes. Especially now, having to deal with all this, like, work. Having to deal with everything. Oof. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Whoever gets this zine is gonna have a heap of entertainment. Yes! Ooh. Okay. Okay, so my last 2 pages, I was gonna focus on music I like to listen to. And I guess we can go back to the question of what should we listen to. And I was suggesting, like, goth rock. But also, okay, there's this one band. This is a post-punk album. Post-punk is, like, it was early on. It influenced the goth genre, like, into the 1980s. This band, The Horrors, appropriately named. Okay, The Horrors are awesome, but, like, at their debut, they had this really intense look. Okay, well, you can't really see it in this, but, like, there's one guy who has, like, crazy hair, and they all look like goths, obviously. But, like, that's a good spooky album. Like, that's a vibe for October. Highly recommend that album if you know what post-punk is, and, like, if you have a sense of what goth is, like, it's a good album. I love it. There's this one song. It's a classic spooky song. It's called Jack the Ripper. The OG guy who sang it was Screamin' Joe Such, I think. I don't know. His name had Screamin' in it. But he originally made it. And it sounded sort of poppy. I think it came out in the 60s. So it was not... It was poppy back then. But then obviously some rock kids took it later, and then they made it real heavy, and then one of the recent covers of that song is the one by The Horrors. So The Horrors oh my gosh, it sounded like I said that other word, but anyways, The Horrors' song Jack the Ripper, that's a good October song. Not spooky, but, like, there's yelling in it, and it sounds very, very spooky. Okay, what do I want to do for my background? What's a spooky background? Ooh, okay, I think I'm just gonna do... Yup, okay. We about to get into the therapeutic side of zine making, background drawing. Oh yeah, and I think people were clowning the horrors too much for their look. So then by the time their second album came around, they completely changed their look. And then they cleaned up their image a bit. They didn't look like hyper goths. They just wore all black, like regular goths. Adult goths. Mature adult goths. But their second album, ooh, that was a good album too. Oh yeah, the first album is called Strange House. And then the second album is called Primary Colors. Primary Colors isn't as spooky, but there are really good songs on there. They have this one guy in the band, Tom First. That guy knows his way around a keyboard. Like the vibes, noise. Okay, so to let you guys in on what I'm doing this as a background. And I was thinking, I don't know, I think I've seen this design in the cabinet of Dr. Caligari. Not specifically like this, but in some of the set design, a lot of the sets are like really pointy edged. So it's very, yeah, I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure you'd have to watch it to like sort of get what I'm getting at. But I mean, I don't know, a little bit inspired by that. But I was thinking of just, instead of doing straight lines, I'd like make it cracked a bit. But yeah, highly recommend the Horrors. They're a good group. Perfect spooky October album. But then albums after, they sort of abandoned spooky. But it's still good. Like synth, pop, rock. Also, their band members have a very diverse music taste, which I appreciate a lot. Ooh, okay, I'm loving this. Never mind, I ruined it. Okay. That's fine. Don't think about it too much, or else if you think about it too much, then you're gonna get annoyed. But that's fine. This is supposed to be about like chilling and just making zines. Not to say that you're not allowed to get angry, because emotions, you don't have to bottle those up. Ooh, okay, never mind. I was freaking out, but now I'm liking it. I'm into it now, so that's fine. Ooh, okay, yeah, it worked out. So, all good. This actually is pretty interesting design. Oh yeah, one thing I forgot to... Ooh. Ooh, yes! That's what I was going for! Broken glass. Exactly. Rebecca is such a visionary, y'all. Like, our... Okay, I did not realize that an hour had passed. So, I mean, I won't stay here for too long, because I can definitely do this the rest myself. But I was just gonna finish what I was gonna say. I'll just wait. because I had to say something important. So hopefully if anyone else comes back on, then I shall say what I needed to say. Say what you need to say. Say what you need to say. Say what you need. Oh, okay, we're back. Sorry, everyone. I did not know that the hour had come. That did not feel like an hour. Ooh. Okay, but I was in the middle of saying something. I was gonna say, one thing that I forgot to mention last broadcast is that Quaranzines is bi-weekly. So, I forgot to say that last time. So, we're doing this all year round, bi-weekly. But next week, we're not gonna have a Quaranzines broadcast, y'all. I'm sorry to break it to you. I mean, it's so fun having you here, but you can definitely do this on your own. We have 2 videos where I show you how to make one-page zines. But next week, we're not gonna have a Quaranzines broadcast because I can't say. You're gonna have to, keep visiting the Continuist accounts, and then you'll find out why we're not gonna have a Quaranzines next week. Actually, well, I guess we could. I don't know. It's up to you. It's up to you, ghouls, if you want a Quaranzines. But, yeah, big news coming up. So stay tuned for that. Ooh, I was gonna ask. I don't know. It's okay if you don't want to shout into the void or leave a comment. But I need to ask y'all, what theme you want the next Quaranzines to be? Because I've decided the last 2, they're pretty obvious, like quarantine stuff, quarantine entertainment, quarantainment. And then this one's obviously Halloween, because this is the last Quaranzines broadcast of October. So, we're definitely going to be asking what you want to do for the next Quaranzines broadcast. And you can answer right now if you want. I am taking suggestions. That looks fine. I think I'm just going to finish these 2 pages and then I'll let y'all go. But yeah, remember, Quaranzines is bi-weekly. But we're not having one next week because there's a big announcement coming. Yeah, I think that's all I had to say. So yeah, that was our hour. Thank you for joining me this Quaranzines, everyone. I hope that at home you made your own zines. Even if you didn't, that's fine. You could be creative any time of the day, anytime you want. It doesn't necessarily have to be right now with me. But we're asking if you do create a zine. We would absolutely, absolutely, absolutely love to see it. Like, honestly, I said this before, but if you ghouls are proud of your zine, then please send it to the Continuist. Like, our Gmail, thecontinuist@gmail.com. Like, I will take your zine, I will cherish it, I will show everybody your zine. We were actually planning a little project for these one-page zines. So, if you're making your own one-page zines at home, I say hold on to them, because we are thinking of doing something big. Really big. Maybe I shouldn't egg it on that much, so then if it isn't as big as you guys thought, you're not disappointed. Ooh, we back. Yeah, we're back, Rebecca, but I was just saying some final remarks. But thank you for coming back. Also, to glue this one last cutout into my zine. And then I have to let y'all go because we have to do our work. That's fine. You know, we love being creative, but we also have to know when to, you know, stop and do our work. We took an hour. An hour's pretty fine. Yeah, this is gonna be my last cutout. Because I was not looking at my screen. At least I didn't get cut off in the middle of a rant again. Alright. Okay, everyone, so I finished, technically, sort of, my zine. Okay, so we got the cover. That's Cesare from The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. We got my pages here. And I hope if you didn't get a chance to make a zine this time around, maybe looking at mine, you'll be a bit inspired. Definitely recommend the glittery backgrounds. Ooh, and QR codes. QR codes, y'all. Like, they up zine games to, like, could you imagine? They probably weren't even thinking about this back in the 70s when they were making zines. They were probably just like, I'm gonna write in this. But now you can literally direct people to, like, YouTube videos. Like, that's wild. So yeah, we got that. So hopefully, I really hope you guys get inspired. Got there. I love the collage look. And then we got the music I listened to. I was talking about the horrors. Strange House is a good October, like, spooky album to listen to. I also really like listening to this band called The Damned. They're a punk band, but the lead singer, Dave Vanian, he's also an iconic, he has an iconic look, you know, for goths everywhere. Thank you, Dave Vanian. It was a look, but okay, not really a look, it was literally just like dark makeup, and he was really pale, so, but he made it work for him. The funny thing about The Damned is that as a band, they all look like they're from different bands. Like, the lead singer looks like a vampire. The guitarist looks like... He always dressed so weird. But anyways, and then my back cover is my October Spotify playlist. So yeah, I think I have to leave it off here, guys. I have a paper to do. As I'm pretty sure you ghouls have work too. So I need to leave you. Sorry. Again, like I said... We do this bi-weekly, but next week we're not doing it because we have a big, like, announcement. Stay tuned for that. And I hope you all have an amazing rest of your October. You know, get dressed up for Halloween, get in the mood, do whatever you need to do that. So, thanks everyone.